Well, I've got a special one for you guys. Obviously, this is my 1970 Pontiac LeMans, and it plays a gorgeous tune. All of you guys know this car, and all of you also probably know by now that I have a Pontiac problem. Well, I also happen to have friends with Pontiac problems, and I want to introduce you guys to one of the guys that I know that has a very, very cool Pontiac of his own. Tim has been a long-term customer of ours, actually, here at Lucor Automotive. That's how we met originally. We met with your C10 truck.
Yep.
And then you and I got to talking about the fact that you also have a Pontiac thing. And you've had this Pontiac for a very, very long time.
Very long time.
Tell me the story of what this is and how you've had it and where you are with it now.
I actually lived in California in the 90s, 2000s, and bought this car in California. So it is basically a born and raised California car, no rust, still has the original exhaust system on it. I bought it pretty much exactly the way you see it now. It came this color. I haven't really done too much to it on the outside. And when I moved from California, I actually brought it with me back to Ohio. But it sat for 24 years in a garage out there and then a garage here. Kids came along, all that kind of stuff, and finally
We've all known that tale.
And so I said, okay, it's time to get this thing on the road again. And here it is. Basically, I've been grinding on it for the past 2 years. And finally got it up and running. And the very first test run, like long distance test run that I took this car on, was the Power Tour.
Which is, yeah, that's smart.
I ran a couple of errands and then took off for Indianapolis.
It should be fine.
It should be fine.
Jam it on the highway and let's rock and roll.
Yeah, like I'd mentioned to you, my buddies bet against me that I would even make it to Indianapolis.
What are friends for?
Exactly.
So, you are Rust Revival Garage on YouTube.
Yep.
And you have basically done all of this work DIY, like yourself.
Yep.
In your garage at your house.
Everything that I can, and me laying on the ground at my age, which is not really fun. But
people can relate to.
It's pretty much me. The thing that for me with the YouTube channel is I've never done most of these things before.
Yeah.
I am not an expert. I am not. Nobody's going to come to my channel to say, "Hey, how do I do this? How do I do that?" Because I'm literally doing just about everything for the very first time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say it on the video. I'm like, well, I've never changed out a wheel bearing before, so let's give that a try.
Yeah.
Or I've never changed out this before. Let's give that a try. And so,
I'm going to struggle right along with you guys.
Yes. And so the best part about it, though, is like a lot of people will leave comments on the YouTube channel and say things like, "Hey, you can do it. You're doing great. You're getting better." And it's not, "Oh my God, you're an idiot. What are you doing? You shouldn't be on a channel." It's more like, "Oh, I think you got this. Keep going. You're doing good." And so
that's nice.
It kind of it gives you the warm fuzzies.
You got positive people that pay attention
sometimes
in your comment section?
Sometimes.
My goodness, look at that.
Sometimes I do. It's been known to happen.
So this is a 1968 Pontiac LeMans. Essentially the same idea as what my 1968 LeMans is, which I am building that motor with Bob. This was a 350 two-barrel car.
Yep.
And then you swapped it out
back in 1996 when I first got it. I put in a turbo hydromatic 350 and put in the Edelbrock intake and a Holly cart.
Okay.
And this is pretty much the only thing I did to it.
So no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. Well,
no power brakes.
Whoever bought this car originally was the cheapest person on the planet because it didn't even have a radio. The only option this car had was power steering.
Wow.
No power brakes, no AC, no tack, no fancy gauges, no anything.
That is nice. So you have pulled
the nice
this
thing
motor?
is I at least have room to work in here.
Yes, yes. So you've pulled this motor and repainted it?
Pulled it
and
out.
Done some minor stuff?
After it sat for 24 years, I was a little worried about what may be stuck down at the bottom of the pan.
Valid.
So I took it out and I said, I'm going to clean that pan out, make sure the oil sending unit is not clogged up, anything like that. I replaced the timing chain. I replaced the water pump. I replaced the harmonic balancer. Got it painted up, looking good. Made sure, and then basically the one-piece seal around the oil pan.
Yep.
The Fel-Pro for that. Got it painted up, looking good, and dropped it back in. But I did that because I was at the same time also rewiring the entire car.
By yourself?
And by myself, and
That
I've never
done
before. It was me with the painless book, just flipping pages and going, how do I do this again?
Yeah.
I think I only had to call them twice.
That's impressive.
Because they they didn't have you basically had to piggyback 2 wires for the ignition wire to keep it running and to start it.
Yep.
They didn't have that in the book, so if it wasn't in the book, I didn't know what to do. But I rewired the entire car because it basically caught on fire on me on one of my times, during the Will It Start video. I started just smoking like crazy, and it was from the positive cable that goes down between the exhaust manifold to the starter, and that had worn free and it rubbed on the metal, and boom.
Yep.
So I said, I'm going to rewire the entire car and start from scratch, and I ran the wire from the battery to the front, through the front, rather than down through the exhaust manifold, so I wouldn't have to worry about that again.
And you did that all pre-Power Tour?
Pre-Power Tour. I was racing and racing and racing to get all these things done in order to be able to take it on the Power Tour.
Wow. Dude, I gotta say, I'm more than a little bit jealous because it is a California car, so it's like incredibly rust-free. It is still a drum brake car. It's still a Pontiac 350. Yep. No bells, no whistles.
Nope.
It's a bucket seat car. I like the low back stuff.
Yet those I could not get. I still have the original seats. I could not get them done in time for the Power Tour, but I needed to be able to set my big ass on a decent chair for 1,500 miles.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I bought those, but I still have plans to redo the original front seats.
Wow. Like the dash is nice. The interior, like this is a really, really solidly nice car. Headliner's even pretty nice.
Yep, it's got a couple holes and tears here and there, but there's like a couple holes, a couple of rips in the dash. The back seat has a couple of gashes, but it's just like me. It's a 20-footer. From far away, it doesn't look too bad. You get a little close, and it's like, oh damn.
I can relate to that. I used to be much closer in. That was much better.
It's like if you could just back up a little further.
Yeah. You look great from about here. So you were explaining to me before we got on camera. Your one little rust spot on here.
Yep.
And how did that happen?
When I was living in California, we had an earthquake, and apparently the original Pontiac intake, I don't know if you know how heavy those are, but they are very heavy. I was sitting on a shelf, and the earthquake rattled it off the shelf. It fell and hit that spot right there and fell to the floor. And that's pretty much the only...
That's the only damage it did.
Rust that it has, the only damage.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a $200 paint job that somebody did probably back in the late 80s, early 90s before I bought it. It's starting to come off now, and if like somebody says, why don't you buff it out? I'm like, if I buffed it out, there would be silver primer.
The paint will come with the buffing?
The buffing, I mean, if I wash the car, the paint comes off. That's how bad this paint job is.
So at the moment, you're pretty much kind of stockish Survivor style, yeah?
Yes, pretty much.
Look at that single exhaust back here in the corner.
It's got the original exhaust from the factory. Nothing rusts in Los Angeles. This car was born in Fremont, California, sold at Haskell Pontiac downtown, which was right where the Staples Center is. It was this giant Pontiac dealer back in the 60s. And
wow.
Yeah, there's no rust.
That is awesome.
And of course, my tools just keep sliding all around. But.
That is awesome. So, if you don't mind, I would like to get it up in the air and just like, I want to get up underneath this thing because I haven't seen a super clean Pontiac from California in forever. But what's your plan with this thing now that you've got it up and running and you went on Power Tour? You just came back from Pontiac Nationals, which I didn't make it on, by the way. If you want to go watch his coverage, excellent coverage up on Pontiac Nationals. Wore yourself out, I'm sure, filming all that and editing that.
Yep, I did. I went from filming the entire Power Tour to the Good Guys show in Columbus to the Pontiac Nationals, and this old man is tired. He's ready for a long nap and some cold drinks.
I understand that. Yeah.
But yeah, this basically what I want to do with this is drive it. I mean, I'm going to keep doing little things to it, like I need power brakes. I need a better exhaust. I wouldn't mind having some decent coilovers on this.
Okay.
Just improve it as I go. But I want to be able to keep driving it, not stop and set it and take everything apart. Just a little bit here, a little bit there, keep it going, and keep driving it because it's so much fun to drive.
Are you saying that because I take my things apart and then they just sit?
No. I would never bring that up.
That I have multiple vehicles within view of here that are going through that?
You won't say anything.
Yeah, not saying anything. It's a smart play. And I think the nice thing is this car is so, I wouldn't call it original, but it's like Survivor,
Yeah.
drivable Survivor.
Yeah, like I said, it's not pretty. I'm not worried about going and parking it in a parking lot at the grocery
Yeah.
store because if somebody dings it, I'm like, well, there's more paint I gotta fix. But
Yeah.
for the most part, it is my driver.
Yeah.
If it were a perfect Survivor and everything was great, then I would have a really nice paperweight.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid.
But you'd never drive and never play with it.
I'd be too afraid.
I'm glad
This
you're on the
is-
same page with me on that.
This is a car should be driven. Do not buy a car if you are not going to drive.
Or over restore them. Don't make them to the point where you're afraid to get a little bit of rain or dirt on them.
Yeah.
I honestly, I love the little scuffs and little bits. It's got character that it's earned over decades.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and I've always kind of babied it, so a lot of the character came almost before me.
Yeah. So are you gonna stay Pontiac 350 powered?
I actually have a 400 block that is sort of the dream engine. Make it
Okay.
a 461.
Yeah.
Get the forged pistons, get this, the Eagle this and the Kaufman that and all of that. So
Yeah.
at some point this would be a fun, super fast car. But then that also gives me a chance. This engine is a little tired. It's got about 128,000 on it.
Okay.
Runs about 40 psi in oil pressure all day long. But it's getting up there. And
Sure.
like me, it's getting up there in years.
Yeah.
So it might be a great chance for me to actually do my first rebuild.
Okay.
Because I've taken an engine apart. I took the 400 apart in order to get it cleaned and get started on that, but I've never rebuilt an engine.
I know.
so
I
if
know
I
somebody who's
miss-
currently going through a Pontiac engine build. So you can watch my videos
And
on
I
my
would have-
channel
I would have experience.
about how to do that.
There you go.
The nice thing is Pontiacs are all the same. So
Yes.
350, 400, 455, it's all the same thing.
Yep.
You're ordering the same parts. You're going through the same process. You're doing the same machine.
Yep,
so
yep.
Nothing there.
But yeah, I would like to rebuild this engine and maybe get another Pontiac to put 350 in, or if I rebuild it and it actually works, putting it back in here. I think
Yeah.
that would be kind of cool too because it's the original numbers matching.
Yeah.
And and then do something with that 400 and make that maybe be a fun little drag car.
I gotcha.
Because it's hard to go to the Pontiac Nationals and at Summit Motorsports Park and not go down that track.
Yeah.
I'm shooting a lot of video, but I'm like,
Yeah, I get it.
my foot starts to get a little heavy.
My last 2 times I've been there, I haven't gotten to go down the track because of rain.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
Well, if you don't mind, can we pull this on the alignment rack real quick? I want
take a look.
to get up underneath this thing.
Sure.
Very cool. How about this, guys? California Survivor 1968 Pontiac LeMans. Mine could look just like this. All it needs is a whole lot.
Time and money.
Time and money and parts. And
Parts.
more time and money. I love it. Yeah, let's get this thing on the alignment rack. I want to get up underneath this thing and take a look at it. And then maybe take it for a quick little spin.
Sure.
Cool. How about some factory exhaust tone? And hear how this thing is. Big fan of the classic torque thrust look. It's got a 17-inch torque thrust on it. Those are a great choice. 225 fronts, 255 rears. Very, very good choice. Looks great on this car. That'll do. That is uncomfortably quiet.
That's what I told you. It's like you can't even tell it's on sometimes.
And it is drum,
Yep.
mechanical, manual brakes,
Manual brakes.
no boosting.
I gotta stand on it hard. And I did the brakes, so it's amazing that it actually does stop. I swear to God, it was so funny. Like halfway before, like a couple days, if I didn't have trouble with the carburetor and the fuel pump on this before the power, I was this close to bringing it over here to say, can you guys please check the brakes for me? Because I can't, they're so bad. I can't tell if they're bad because I did it or it's bad because they're drum brakes.
Fair.
Look how restrictive those brakes are.
you could find some power in the exhaust, I imagine. The fact that it's still here is incredible.
Yeah. Somebody in one of my videos was laughing because they're like, I was doing something on the rear end, and they were like, I'm really just more obsessed. I can't stop staring at that muffler because it's so badly dented.
It's still, but it's still sealed. It hasn't blown out along this.
And it's been there since I've owned it.
Wow. This thing is insanely clean.
Yeah, it still has. I've started painting in the back, but it's
Like up in here?
yeah. So, but it's like I painted underneath before I put the gas tank up too,
Okay.
with the rust preventer kind of thing. But yeah, it still has most of the original undercoating.
This is so much nicer than my 1968. I don't even want to show mine ever again. And you had swapped this from a Power Glide to a Turbo 350?
Yep. So I did take off the pan and gasket. That's why it's got the blue Velcro in there.
Okay. Wow.
So, but yeah, before the power tour, I wanted to change the transmission fluid and
Yeah.
make sure it was as clean as possible.
Makes sense. This thing is really nice. I'll be honest, my 70 is in really, really good condition. This is better than my 70 is. I would daily driver the hell out of this.
Yep.
Like fair weather, absolutely.
I mean, other than the power tour, I don't think this car ever really left California. Like,
Yeah.
whoever had it before me was just driving, you know, just the grocery getter, driving it around town coming back.
Yeah. It's wonderful. That's awesome. What a fantastic. Where did you find this? Like, how did you find this?
Preacher in South Bay,
Really?
California, sold it to me, and it was like $3,500 back in 1996.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I knew this car was for me, though, is I bought it in California. It was a California car, but it had an Ohio State Buckeyes license plate holder on the back.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
it's still on there.
That's funny. All the way across the country.
All the way across the country. And I was like, saw that license plate holder, and I said, sold.
That's awesome. So that's been with the car since you bought
I've been with the car since I bought it. And the original Haskell Pontiac, it had the California black plates with the yellow letters that
Yeah.
basically all of the cars from the 60s had, so I still have those plates. And the front plate has the Haskell dealership license plate holder on it.
Very cool.
I just can't get it disconnected from the plate. I'm gonna have to cut off the bolt.
Dude, that is awesome. You started from a great platform. And the fact that you're doing it all yourself, like that you're not a trained mechanic,
Yeah.
like this is what you're just doing it out of your own
Yeah.
fun.
And there's only been about 2 or 3 times where I've done something for the first time and broke it, and then I had to redo it again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for the most part, I've gotten lucky, knock on wood, and I didn't even really start the channel when I started working on this. I actually replaced the diff cover and replaced the fluid in that, put it in a new tank, gas tank, because I knew I was going to have to start starting it. And then I'm like, maybe I should record this.
You should be doing something.
Maybe I should record all of this. And so I just started recording it on YouTube, and people have been following along on my journey, which is really kind of cool.
That's awesome. Well, that's what I'm all about. You know me. I'm all about it. I love it. The fact that normal people can get out there and do this kind of stuff, and a lot of this stuff is really analytical. Like if you can just kind of muddle your way through it, you can figure it out. It's not like you need to have fancy sensors or computers and things. It's all very mechanical.
Yeah.
Very serviceable.
One of the things I love, like I'm old, but I never stop learning. I always try to learn something new every day. And every day in this car teaches me something maybe that I didn't want to learn, but I needed to learn. And so that's kind of why I like it. Because I'm a problem solver. I'm like, why doesn't this work? What's wrong here? Where's that noise coming from? And so for me, it's just fun to kind of figure it out, because then I can go, I did it, it works.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
for sure.
It's just a great feeling.
That's awesome. Can we go for a little drive?
Sure can.
Love it. hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this, you little Pontiac guys out there. I know a lot of you guys have been screaming and complaining with me about not having enough Pontiac content on the channel lately. Promise you I'm going to be doing a bunch more of that here in the very near future. Kind of busy, but I got an opportunity to hang out with Tim for a minute, and I wanted to get him show off this car a little bit, show off him. And if you guys are interested, Rust Revival Garage, go over and check him out. All kinds of interesting stuff. He also does a lot of like how-to stuff as well, as he's learning how to do this kind of stuff and showing you guys how to do it too. Yeah, it should be nice. I love this thing, man. This is my first time ever seeing this car, and I love it. I love it. And a little jealous.
It actually does.
Look at you, fancy.
The interesting thing I found when I took the bucket seats out, there were two sets of seatbelts.
Weird.
The theory that I've had with the buddies is they think it was because it could have also been a bench seat car. So that maybe they had another set of seatbelts coming up.
Or they just originally did it?
But I used the one that actually had never been used. It was, sitting under the seat the entire time, and I didn't know it. So I used it was almost like a brand new one because it had never been used. It was buried in there. The only thing I've done is I've added gauges and I've added a tack.
Yep.
There was actually nothing there. It just was this basic thing that just sort of blocked it off. It didn't have a radio. It had a space for the radio. So I did get a sort of eBay $50.
Oh, okay.
Did a $50 radio just to put it there because I've got another radio in the trunk or in the glove box. And that one is Bluetooth, so it'll actually start playing for me if I just get in the car.
Yeah.
I don't even have to open up the glove box.
And the nice thing is the exhaust is quiet enough you can actually hear the music.
Yes.
Unlike mine.
Well, unfortunately though, because it doesn't even have vents,
Yeah.
I have to leave the Yankee air conditioning open, and that sort of does cancel out a lot of the sound I get from the stereo. Yeah, she's very, very quiet.
It accelerates super smooth.
It's funny. You can't kill him. Probably best to go left.
Probably. You can go right and go around some roundabouts and come back around.
Okay.
I'm really debating on my 68 about what I want to do with it. Whether I want to let that one fly. It doesn't accelerate badly at all.
When I got the Holly unit and the Edelbrock intake, it would actually accelerate well enough that I would actually get the wheel hop from the rear end, because it would just try to go faster than the car itself could go. And I would wheel hop it, then it would take off. I haven't really tested that so far since I restarted it after 24.
How was your coolant temps on the Power Tour?
Everything is almost always at 180. It hardly moves.
Wow.
Unless I sit in traffic, like coming in here.
Yeah.
Waiting for the roundabout to clear. And then it goes up to 190. But all day long, 180. But I made sure when I put the water pump back together, I have a 1/8 inch clearance between the plates, between the water pump.
Yep.
And I've got a 7-blade fan, I've got a fan clutch, and I made sure that the fan is sticking out half in, half out of the shroud. And I've got it timed perfectly so that it just does not run hot on me at all.
That's great. It rides really nice. Now, suspension-wise, you have put shocks on this?
Which shock still has the original spring.
Original springs. Has original front sway bar, little guy front sway bar, and no rear sway bar. But even still, it doesn't wallow too terribly bad.
It's got a little bit of a rock to it. That's about it.
Which you could, if you wanted to, tighten that up with a whole bunch of do-goodies.
It's not bad. Like I said, I could, if I did nothing else to it,
Yeah.
It's still a go out for ice cream, have fun, drive around town kind of car.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's if I do nothing else, but of course I can't do nothing else.
Yeah. It's a sickness.
Yeah.
Once it's in your blood, you can't get rid of it.
What if I do this?
Yeah.
What if I'm
just gonna do a quick little.
And then before you know it, it's running a 12-second quarter mile.
Yeah. And you're hanging out at Bob McVeigh's place in Jenks every other day. I know exactly how that is.
Yeah.
Dude, I love this thing. Major congrats on doing all the work and getting this thing up and running after 24 years of ownership.
Yep.
And dragging it all the way across the country, garaging it on the West Coast and here.
Yep.
But you got it done. That's awesome.
It is my baby.
That is awesome.
Somebody's like, which daughter's going to get the car? I'm like, oh, no, neither one of them. I'm going to be buried with this car. Nobody's getting this car.
I had this car before I had kids.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
This is my first child.
There you go. Exactly.
And most expensive.
This is my eldest. I'm taking it with me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But no, they are fighting over it already, so that's kind of cool.
Good. That's awesome. Pass the sickness along to the next generation.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, sir, thank you very much for bringing it out.
This
is
for
Tim.
having me on.
Rust Revival Garage. If you guys are interested on this Pontiac project as well as some other interesting project, go give this guy a look.
Yep.
All kinds of interesting stuff, and he's just a normal Joe like you and I. Just he does his crazy idiot stuff on the internet, so you guys can watch it, and it's a good time. So if you guys are interested, go over there and check that out. Obviously, I got a whole bunch more Pontiac stuff coming on my channel. I've got stuff with the 68 LeMans, both my engine builds moving forward. Engine dyno stuff that's going to be going on there. We're going to be doing intake testing on the dyno. Obviously, I've got my 1971 that's going to go back together again. All kinds of stuff. So if you're interested in Pontiac stuff, I promise I have a lot of it coming. There's got to be a little bit more Mopar stuff and a little bit more AMC stuff, but the Pontiac stuff is coming as well, and I hope to see you again on another video on this channel. Welcome to Automotive Adventure with Austin, my little personal corner of the YouTube internets. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye-bye.